It's been so long since we just had a chance to chat like this, Sophia. How's life treating you these days?
Honestly, Emily, not great. You ever feel like no matter how hard you try to explain yourself, people just don't get it? It's exhausting.
That sounds tough. What's been going on? Work? Family?
All of it. At work, I suggest ideas in meetings, but they're brushed aside. At home, when I try to talk about what's bothering me, it turns into a debate. Even with friends, I feel like I can't say no without sounding rude. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
That does sound draining. It's like you're trying your best, but things aren't clicking. Have you ever heard of Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg?
Nonviolent? That's an odd name. I mean, I'm not violent when I talk to people.
It's not about violence in the usual sense. It's about how our words can sometimes create conflict without us realizing it. This book teaches you how to communicate in a way that strengthens relationships instead of straining them. It's been a game changer for me.
All right, now I'm curious. What's the secret sauce in this book?
Emily, it's all about a 4-step framework: observations, feelings, needs, and requests. Each step is designed to help you express yourself clearly and empathize with others.
Sounds simple enough. Can you break it down for me?
Of course, the first step is observation. It's about stating what's happening without adding judgment or interpretation. For example, instead of saying, "You're always ignoring me," you could say, "I noticed you didn't respond to my message yesterday." See the difference?
Yeah, the first one feels like an attack, but the second one feels neutral. Okay, I'm with you so far.
Great. The second step is feelings. After describing the observation, you share how it made you feel. For instance, "I felt hurt and frustrated when you didn't reply." The key is to focus on your emotions, not blame the other person.
That's a bit scary. Talking about feelings makes me feel vulnerable.
I know, but vulnerability builds connection. The next step is needs. You explain the deeper need behind your feelings, like, "I felt hurt because I value connection and want to feel heard." This helps the other person understand where you're coming from.
Okay, but what if they still don't get it?
That's where the last step comes in: requests. Instead of demanding, you make a clear and actionable request, like, "Could you let me know next time if you're busy and can't reply?" It's specific, respectful, and doesn't leave room for confusion.
That's a lot to think about. I can see how it's different from just venting or arguing.
Let's try it with one of your situations. You mentioned work. What's been happening there?
In meetings, I'll suggest something, and my manager either ignores me or moves on to someone else's idea. It's like my input doesn't matter.
That's frustrating. How would you normally respond?
Honestly, I just go quiet. What's the point if they're not listening?
I get that. But what if you tried the NVC framework? Start with an observation. What exactly happens?
Okay, when I share an idea in meetings, it seems like it's dismissed quickly.
Perfect. Now, how does that make you feel?
I feel invisible and unimportant.
That's honest and clear. Now, what's the need behind that feeling?
I guess I need to feel valued and respected for my contributions.
Exactly. And what could you request to address that?
Maybe, could we discuss my idea in more detail before moving on?
That's great. See how it shifts from feeling powerless to taking initiative?
Yeah, but what if they're still dismissive?
Then you empathize. Maybe they're stressed or preoccupied. You could say, "It seems like there's a lot on your plate. Is now a good time to revisit this later?" It keeps the door open without creating tension.
This could work at work, but I'm not sure about family. Like with my mom. She's always criticizing me and I just shut down.
That's tough. What does she usually say?
Things like, "You're not doing enough," or "Why aren't you like so-and-so?" It's draining.
I can see why that hurts. Let's break it down. First, observe. When you compare me to others, it feels like I'm not meeting your expectations. Then express your feelings. It makes me feel hurt and pressured. Next, your need. I need encouragement and acceptance. Finally, your request. Could you focus on the things I'm doing well instead?
That's scary but doable. I'd need a lot of practice.
And that's okay. It's a skill, not an overnight fix. Start small and see how it feels.
You know, Emily, this framework makes so much sense. I feel like I've been speaking in riddles, and this is like learning a new language.
That's a perfect way to describe it. It's like learning to connect on a deeper level, and there's so much more in the book. Examples, exercises, and even ways to handle really tough situations.
Thanks, Emily. This is exactly what I needed. I feel like I have a better way to approach things now, and it's given me a lot to think about.
Hey everyone, I hope this conversation helped you see how nonviolent communication can truly change the way we connect with others. The idea of expressing yourself with clarity and empathy might seem challenging, but it's incredibly rewarding. And this is just the beginning. There's so much more in the book. Practical tools, real-life examples, and exercises to help you master this skill. Grab a copy and start practicing. It's a small step toward building stronger relationships and deeper connections. If you found this discussion helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful book-based conversations. Until next time, take care and keep communicating with compassion.
Subscribe for more content.